welcome back to another on Respect and another edition of NXT Out of 10. And yeah, there's a lot happening on this week's episode of NXT. The final show before Battleground, including Joe Hendry giving us one of his concerts and several big matches on the card as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into things. And we start things off with Javon Evans versus Sean Legacy versus the Ashante the Adonis. And it started off though with Ricky Saints arriving in the parking lot and walking right into the arena as his music played. He wanted to see his first match up close and personal. Evans was out first for the triple threat. And yeah, Adonis threw his jacket at Legacy and went after Evans to get an early advantage, but he ended up being tossed out of the ring. Legacy was obviously looking to make a big impact in this match and show some athleticism and enthusiasm. All three men worked hard to make a fast-paced physical encounter. Nobody makes the winner obvious ahead of time. That makes the ending more fun. While this match was fun, it also had a handful of moments that looked clunky. You can chalk it up to Legacy's lack of experience because he wasn't involved in all of them. Adonis almost stole the win after a Super Hurricane Rana from Evans' Legacy that spawned the "This is awesome" chant from the crowd. Ethan Page attacked Saints from the crowd as the match came to a close, so Evans drove on the men and several security guards. Adonis tried to take advantage of Evans taking himself out of the match, but Legacy was able to hit the win with a twisting suplex. And yeah, hugely impressive win for Legacy. I thought, all intertwined to entertain an opening segment. And yeah, big win for Legacy. Didn't see that coming, to be fair. But big win for the Evolve Front. Shows WWE have big plans. So yeah, 6 out of 10. After a quick backstage segment, Williams made his way to the ring for his rap performance. Hendry was shown watching from backstage and practicing on his guitar. The performance ended without anyone else getting involved. Before we got Briggs versus Spears, who had his whole crew ringside with him, including the former partner of Briggs, Brooks Jensen. Briggs came out during the break. We returned to see the match already in progress, and Briggs had a size advantage, but Spears is not a small man and had a lot more experience he could bring to the table, so the fight felt even. The battle had a steady pace, but it never felt like they had on their groove. Nothing they did look bad, but it didn't look particularly good either. Spears won with a roll up, thanks to interference. Briggs tried to keep the fight going, but numbers getting caught up, and Hang and Tank made the save to clear the ring. Basically a set up for the match coming out of the both of you. I don't know, it all kind of felt a bit clunky and rushed to me. Not really much to it. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Kale Dixon and Umariah Connors of the newly formed Chase U then took on Bronco Nima and Lucian Price in a tag match. The Chase U students were going up a lot of size and power to OTM, so it felt like a very lopsided matchup. And yeah, the match was short and predictable. OTM got an easy win. But yeah, I mean, it made OTM look good. But yeah, Chase U for me. I'm not really sure what the point is, to be fair. 5 out of 10. Load of Ice then took on Fallon Henry, but before that, Femi and Bourne had their final confrontation before Battleground. The rest of No Call to Catch crew was not present, which Femi said he respected. Bourne talked about proving everyone who underestimates him wrong. The men were in awe of LFG, attacked Femi, and Bourne left the ring. Bourne ran back and scared him off, but Femi refused his hand when he tried to help him. So yeah, I don't know, putting Bourne over as a more serious babyface, and I think that's exactly what they've done well so far. So yeah, good stuff. But yeah, moving on back onto the match, Fallon Henry had JC Jane with her, and as soon as they locked up, they were pushing each other all over the ring, trying to get the upper hand. Henley got the first few hits in, but Vance quickly took her down and applied a couple of different submissions. Jane talked a little trash to her own teammate, which isn't surprising given their recent tension. It was a little surprising to see Henley controlling the pace as much as she did. It was done to get the crowd behind Vice, which seemed to work at times. This was from being a so-so match to a pretty physical fight during the second half. Jane tried to help backfire, and Vice was able to score the win with a spinning back fist. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty solid match. Big win for Lola Vice. I think that's exactly what she needs. So yeah, good stuff. 6 out of 10. Zaria took on Jordan with a shot of the Women's North American title on the line. Sol Rooker accompanied Zaria to the ring. Zaria had the power advantage and made sure to use it early on, but once Jordan got her footing, she used her quickness to take control and hit some impressive spots. This was a well-paced match with some great physicality. It slowed down in paces, but not to its detriment. It ebbed and flowed in a way that made sense. Rooker caught Zaria falling off the apron, but Jordan's kicked them into each other. In the confusion, Zaria knocked Rooker off the apron, and Jordan took advantage for the roll-up win. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I thought a big win for Jordan here. Probably it makes sense more than Zaria, and yeah, I think that'll be a great match of the pay-per-view. So yeah, 6 out of 10. The final segment was the musical performance from Henry. He showed a song to taunt Williams before their match this weekend. Williams came out as upset and attacked Henry, which seemed to establish him as the heel in the situation. Henry hit him with a guitar and then chokeslammed him to end of the show. And yeah, Henry is the babyface, Williams the heel. I think it's an interesting little development there. And yeah, I think the segment was okay, but I think just filler really for the main event, of course, matchup on Saturday. But yeah, overall, NXT this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. This week's episode did the job of hyping Battleground, but only one match stood out as special. It was the first match, a fantastic triple threat, but I think Legacy looks a real talent. That's the main takeaway from the show. But except for that, yeah, didn't really get a whole lot from it, to be fair. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.